unveils a rematch of last year's NFC title game. It's the Eagles and the reigning Super Bowl champs, and it's coming up next on Madden NFL 25.
The unmistakable New York skyline to the east, and we are across the river on the Jersey side at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Thanks for having us in to kick off a new year. Mike Tirico, Greg Olsen. Greg, you lived this as a player. It's so exciting for us as fans, but now after that long off season to get your body ready and your team ready and your game ready, finally show everybody what it's all about. Week 1 of the season has arrived.
Yeah, and at this stage in the process, Mike, you're exactly right. All you want is for this ball to be kicked off. You're tired of practicing. You're tired.
From the shotgun, it's Hurts. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down. It's Aiden Hutchinson, former #2 overall pick, in there to bring him down.
The offense goes from feeling really good about the previous play with a real nice pickup to then on the ensuing play ending up going the complete opposite direction. Really nice job.
To throw is Hurts. And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down and his quarterback's paying the price for it.
Hurts working in the pistol. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
They just have to be better on 1st down. They've got to find a way to continue to operate ahead of the sticks, and I don't mind throwing it on 1st down. That is the best down in football to attempt to pass, but if they don't protect the passer, none of it's going to matter.
From the shotgun, it's Hurts. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
And up for 3rd and 3. And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield.
As this clock continues to tick, we're getting dangerously close here to do-or-die territory. But after that 3rd down sack, real good chance of getting off the field. No points allowed. We'll see if their offense now can do their job because...
Off the bootleg, here's Daniels. That is caught by the tight end. Touchdown, Giants. Game, 1 win here in this season opener. So it's a win here for the visiting Eagles. They move to 1-0 as they earn this victory in the division, no less, here in Week 1. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olsen and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long, everybody. The Cowboys offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. He's got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. So it's a win for the Cowboys. They get the job done here at home, and they follow the opening weekend victory with another here to move to 2-0 on the season. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL.
Down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. Oh, a wide open receiver. It's Harrison. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Marvin Harrison Jr., 73 yards. And the Giants get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
Well, if the plan is to come in here and go toe-to-toe with these guys, it certainly does not hurt if you hit them with a big shot along the way, too.
That's got to get officially it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Throwing now is Daniels. Eluding the pressure right. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Jaden Daniels, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Giants have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half.
That's a really good decision right there outside of the pocket. You've got to know the right time to shift from passer to runner. He was looking and looking, nothing there. You can almost feel the brainwaves firing as he calculates, I think I can win a race to the pylon. And he turns out to be right. Touchdown.
And he will find the end zone here, and the lead moves up to 7. And so they run it in on the 2-point try. You know, so often, Charles, we talk about from the offense's perspective what you do on the 2-point conversion. How about the defense? How do they play run versus pass?
It's really difficult for them because I think most teams want to play for the pass. That's what they see most teams do. And so are you able to mass enough people inside if the team decides to run it? Very difficult. I think what you're seeing, maybe, possibly, he did that on purpose and just overthrew him.
Yeah, coverage was good, so maybe indeed that was another way to throw it away. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him. A 3rd and long, you knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That 5th defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up.
Complete. Well, they came so close, Charles, they were knocking on the door in a 1-possession game, but ultimately the defense held tough to get the victory.
And doesn't it feel like it just leaves them asking what could have been? So many moments when they could have had a big play to change the outcome of this game, and let's face it, none bigger than that final snap that just fell short.
So for Tennessee, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for the Jets, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in. Now Daniels. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Malik Neighbors, his first touchdown on the year. And the Giants will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. You'd have to imagine for a team that's lost 3 straight games, scoring first in this first quarter has to feel pretty good.
It has to feel great for them.
The victory here for Seattle. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. But what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
So for the Seahawks, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Philadelphia Eagles.
So next to the nation's capital, it's a home win for the Commanders. And they draw first blood against a division rival. They'll go on the road later this year with a chance at completing that season sweep. with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. It's a win for the Commanders, as with that, we sign off from D.C. Back to throw, here's Howell. This time they're gonna get there and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
I think his decision-making wrote a check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB can run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet. But there was none to be had. No escape route available this time.
And the shotgun, Howell. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. Just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
They need some extra time. From the gun, it's Daniels. He goes back to him yet again. Complete. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
They're set up at the 35 now. On first down, here's Daniels. Into the hands of Neighbors. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
That's another Giants first down. First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Out of the gun, White. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. It's a pickup of 11. And the Giants will have a first down.
First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Here's White again. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on second down.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6 at the Rams 7-yard line.
Again, this is White. And he's brought down for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Back to throw. Here's Daniels. And he has the catch, gets both feet in, that's a touchdown! The Giants now within 1 score in the 4th. Marvin Harrison Jr. with the touchdown, his 2nd scoring catch of the game. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time.
Well, we knew this was coming. All touchdowns are reviewed, especially late in a close game like this. Well, this right here is where having all those camera angles comes into play. We're going to get a much clearer picture thanks to all the shots we've got.
Yep, technology, everybody's friend right now. We get to watch it again and again, unlike these officials who got to see it once in real time. We just have to see, is there clear enough evidence to overturn the call that was made down there on the field?
So the celebration can resume on that sideline. The touchdown stands. Going after, up and good by McPherson. And the Giants chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. This return starts at the 5. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Out come the Rams on offense. And after that touchdown, cut their lead back to 1 score, Brock. A response in order as they take over. They're out and set, 1st and 10. And And the shotgun, Howell. Throw reeled in by Higbee. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. Pick up a 5 on that play. And the Rams are going to have a first down. They stay on the ground with Williams. And he drives it up past the 45. Halfway there on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. From the 46. That one's cut along the left sideline. He goes the distance. Touchdown, LA! The Rams go up by 2 scores as they try to put this one away. Garrett Wilson with the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route...
This play going under review by the officials.
The previous play is under review.
Well, I certainly don't envy the officials here. A lot of times, Brock, it can be so tough to have the right angle to get a perfect spot on that football.
Yeah, how they do it, I just marvel at it. A bunch
Yeah.
of years ago, I got to do and be an official, a side judge for a spring game.
How'd that go?
Not well, because things happen so fast, and I really do. I marvel at more often than not how good these officials are at spotting the ball.
To the air on first down, Howell. Escapes the pocket. He's stepping up and takes off with this one. And this one does not go far. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Now Howell off to play action. Throw reeled in by Allen. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the first down that comes with it. From the gun, a carry by Williams. And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. The throw is caught. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes, just like that.
Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And that leaves them with 4th and 5. Bates' kick is up and good. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
It doesn't take a math major, Kate, to realize how important that field goal was. It's now a 2-score game really late and puts them in the driver's seat to go and finish this thing with the win.
Return coming from the 6. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The home teams and QB Jaden Daniels headed out for their next look on offense. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. This is complete to Neighbors. It's a 21-yard gain. And it's good enough for a New York first down. Only one play in, Brock, and this drive already to midfield. 1st and 10 now. Here's Daniels. Dumped off to his running back. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Gets this one to Harrison. And he's able to get this down to the 36. They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning left for them. We've got 1st and 10. That's complete to Bowers outright. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from New York. Giants down by 10. They send the tight end in motion. He brings it in. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. Before we can get a snap on 2nd down, they call timeout. Again, Daniels to the air. And this is cut for a score, and we are not done here yet. Slant route, as it does so many times every game we call, Brock. Paying dividends. Made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested release that close to the end zone spells disaster for a defense every time, Kate. You got to have a whole lot more physicality at the point of attack because a QB is always going to be looking for that short little slant near the goal line.
And the onside kick doesn't pan out. The Rams make the recovery. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. The visitors are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. Williams now on 1st and 10. And they take him down right along the 30. Timeout taken by the defense. They're second. In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. Another run for Williams. And a bit of deja vu as they stop him at the line once again. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. Running for the marker with Williams. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about.
Holding offense.
Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. He'll throw it. And that one's too far in front of him, so now they're facing 4th down.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Got all of it, and this is good! And now their lead will push out beyond the field goal.
So after that make, a field goal won't cost them a lead, but a touchdown still ties it, or likely probably puts them down a point. Okay, this is one of those moments where the defense now has clarity. They know what the stakes are and what they have to defend.
Has this at the 6. This offense running out for a new series, led by their running back. And get that big old marker out. Cross a major number off his roadmap after that last drive. He's reached one of the marks that every back strives to hit at some point during the season. He'll look to throw it. Completed to his running back. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. The Giants moving quickly. They're in the hurry up here. Taken in by Harrison. They get an even 10 on that play. And the Giants will have a 1st down. Setting up to pass. This ball's cut by Bowers. And he's across midfield into Rams territory. The Giants moving quickly. They're in the hurry up here. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. The Giants moving quickly. They're in the hurry up here. He's got Harrison. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Cut near the goal line. And he ties it. He ties it, Brock. No time left, and they reach the end zone. They can win it now here with an extra point. I still can't believe they actually did it, Brock. One final play, and they get the time touchdown. And now they can win it right here.
Y'all want to joke about the NFL being scripted? Ah, fine. Fine, go ahead. Because it's hard to beat this kind of script. Such an incredible finish to this game. And all they need now, like you said, is that point after touchdown.
It's up and it's good! What a finish we had to this game! We got a touchdown on the final play to tie, and his kick wins it! So the Giants come away with the win. And just a week after being soundly defeated, they're back out there playing a much better brand of football. Short memories prevail, Brock, as they move past that loss and get back to some winning football. So for my partner, Brock Huard, and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott, saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. It's a well-earned win for the Giants as we say so long from New York.
From the shotgun, it's Ridder. His first throw of the game is going to be intercepted. And he's going to give his offense a short field to work with as they look for their first points of the game.
This is an area of the offense, Mike, that's going to have to find its rhythm now as this game unfolds. They talked all week, come out early, get some completions, settle down this quarterback. Well, in return, he throws an early pick. It's too early to go away from the game plan. There's a lot of game left, but this passing game is going to have to get on track throughout the rest of this game.
The Giants offense and Jaden working out of the gun. It's Daniels. He's got it. What a connection. He's down inside the 5-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
From the 4-yard line, trying to punch it in. First down and goal. They'll run with White. And he will power his way into the end zone. Rachaad White, touchdown, New York. Touchdown number 7 for him on the year.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a...
So a road win here for the Giants. They didn't quite get the shutout they were hoping for and likely deserved. This was a tremendous defensive performance. They held the other guys to just a field goal, that's all. And that defensive unit was the driving force in this victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olsen and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
First quarter. Richardson off the play fake. Steps away. Richardson hit it, he fumbles it. And the Giants have it. The big fella. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery on a Giants touchdown. The big boy earning his lunch. That's what you call rumbling with the ball, Charles.
Big man with football. He wasn't just earning lunch, Brandon. He was earning dinner. He was
midnight snack.
Everything that you could possibly do, he did it on that play to pick up the ball and go.
Richardson looking to throw this. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Osa Odighizuwa with the effort there to earn the sack.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game. Just hold on, as you said, furious assault on them, but they were able to get it done, take a knee, and head to the locker room with a win.
What a finish in this one, Charles. You know, this group, they come in, they have to fight a hostile atmosphere every snap. They get the late score, they get the victory, and that flight home, it's going to be a little sweeter after this one.
And Brandon, just like you, I was fired up for that last sequence. How about that? Wouldn't you have loved to have been in the huddle when they were mounting that game-winning drive? Big-time moment. No one shied away from it. They tuned out the crowd, kept their heads, and executed the way they needed to earn that win.
So for Indianapolis, they run their mark to 6-2.
Give me some, had to get him back. We came up on dirty money, I gave it a back.
It's week 9 of the 2026 season. And coming up, we'll see the electric Jayden Daniels. He's 5th in the NFL in passing yards entering this week. It's the Giants and the Bengals under the lights on Sunday night.
Welcome in, everyone, to this presentation of the National Football League on EA Sports. Thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico, Greg Olsen. Greg, it's that time of the year. A little bit more urgency. The calendar page turns to November. We kind of know who the good teams are. The midpoint of the NFL season, always a great time to take a step back and look ahead to what's down the road for us.
Yeah, no doubt. And I always felt, even as a player, that you never really knew how good you were as a team or here to the spot and keep them to no gain.
Second down, Burrow. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle.
In the win column for the Bengals. They're able to bounce back after a difficult loss a week ago. Respond with a much better overall performance, and it culminates in a victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olsen and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Bengals as we say so long from Cincinnati.
Needed one desperately.
So it's a win here for the Giants, and it was thanks in part to the play of their third-year quarterback.
Yeah, he did a little bit of everything, didn't he? He had 2 touchdown passes through the air, another one on the ground, and that defense, they really had no answer for many of their drives.
So for the Jets, it's a rare victory for them as they get that record back to 3-7. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for the Texans, add another loss to the pile as they drop to 2-8 now on the year. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brent.
They send him right out of the slot. On third down, it's Hurts. Oh, intercepted. What a bad start on the third play. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream. A pick 6 for touchdown. That is a brutal way to start the game. You're thinking opening drive touchdown. Instead, that third down pick turns into 6, Greg.
Yeah, Mike, and every offense all week works on that opening drive. It's such a critical way to get their players and get their...
He'll look to throw. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. One of the Giants has it. Any turnover down here hurts, Greg. These feel even worse because you have the reception. Looks like you're going to gain yardage, and then the fumble and the turnover, the defense takes the ball.
And they got exactly what they wanted out of the pass play, Mike. They're able to make the completion, but now as the ball carrier, you cannot be thinking, oh, I have to score, get it in the end zone. You still have to protect the ball. He doesn't. The ball gets knocked free, and the defense creates a huge turnover.
season sweep for them. They defeat their division rivals for the second time this year. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Oates. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Eagles are winners, as we say, so long from South Philly.
Into the NFL, but remember, it's a lot different in the NFL than it is in the college game where it's a lot more prevalent.
This is intercepted. Picked off by Tyler Nubin.
You know, Mike, anytime a team can go nickel or dime and come off the field with an interception, I just am constantly reminded of the importance of defensive back depth when you're building an NFL roster. I mean, think back. This is not the old NFL base 3-4, base 4-3. Offenses are going to roll out 2, 3, 4 high-level wide receivers at you in this pass-first modern era. If you can't roll out 5 DBs and all of them hold their own and be trusted to hold up, you are going to struggle defending these pass-first modern offenses.
He'll let this go deep for the end zone. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Marvin Harrison Jr. Touchdown, New York. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter, get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Good win here for the Giants. They bounced back from the loss last week, really put in a determined effort, and will come away with the victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.
But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them. And the group up front to find somebody to get a completion.
And oh, he got it! Interception! Picked off by Deontay Banks.
You know, Kate, one of the tenets of the West Coast system that I was fortunate to play in, touchdown to check down. Touchdown to check down. You get in the red zone, it's touchdown to check down. You can't put the ball in harm's way. That's a brilliant job by the defense with their coverage, baiting the quarterback into the throw. But you got to sail that one into the stands. Touchdown or check down. You can't possibly give an interception in that situation.
So the Giants out and getting set for their first drive. They'll be led out by an elite runner, one of the game's top dual-threat young quarterbacks. He was taken second in 2024, Jayden Daniels. Now Herbert again. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up fourth down.
You just feel this defense starting to come alive, don't you, Kate?
Herbert from the gun. He's got pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
The best defensive ends in the NFL, they don't need to win sustained battles to get home. Nope. Sometimes, Kate, all they need is one quick move, and they're into the backfield blowing it up.
Coming. Shotgun snap to Herbert. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of fourth down.
Well into this first half, still struggling to find any rhythm, and that's what sacks do. That is why these defenders get paid big money when they get those sacks in the stat column, because as you're seeing today, it totally disrupts the rhythm. Good on good.
Now Herbert again. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
In a situation like this, you got to be a fixer. I mean, this game is hard, and you get into known passing situations, it gets even more difficult. But when you don't get rid of the ball and you take another sack, you make this third down a near impossibility.
Now Daniels off the play action. Throwing deep for the end zone. And he scores. It's a New York touchdown. The Giants make it a 3-possession game. Malik Neighbors with a touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you
The Giants are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And as we see some of the highlights from their showing, his work a big part of why they're in front right now. Having a nice, solid game as their offensive leader. I think we can say he's had a firm grip on the wheel and has really driven them to this advantage. So the Giants come away with the win. And they take not just the victory, but some serious year-long bragging rights home with them after this one, as they finish off the sweep of their division rivals. That does it for another broadcast of the NFL on EA Sports. With my partner in the booth, Brock Huard, I'm Kate Scott. It's a well-earned win for the Giants as we say so long from New York. Shotgun snap for Purdy. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my lock.
Putting one of the tight ends in motion right. First down throw by Purdy. And the Giants are too much. They take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of...
From the gun is Purdy. They did it! He made the interception! Picked off by Deonte Banks.
Well, you put more dime defenders on the field, and what you really see are so many more eyes. Remember, as a quarterback, you drop back, and you love to see those linebackers. You love to see base defense. But you get those DBs on the field, and it feels like everybody's looking at you, and it can lead to takeaways just like that.
And there's only one team satisfied with their spot in the playoff.
One available, and they still manage to tip the ball away.
Looking to throw. He's got Harrison. He does it! Touchdown, New York! The Giants take a 4th quarter lead. Marvin Harrison Jr. with the touchdown. Well, this has definitely been a tight one throughout, Brock. So now that they've taken the lead, the question becomes, can they hold on to it?
And that question right there is one that defense...
The home teams ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And this is some quality film review right here. Look at this, couple of touchdowns, good amount of yards too. He's been moving them down the field like only he can, putting together quite the game for himself in the process.
To this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So here at MetLife, it's the G-Men who come away with the win. And the sting of losing such a close one the week before, apparently still at the forefront of their minds. They got out there and rebounded nicely with a win this week. And with Brock Huard and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. It's a well-earned win for the Giants as we say so long from New York. Another 1st and 10 on this drive. And the Giants are too much. They take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses.
Ideal 3rd and 8 here. Back to throw. And they got there in time. He's taken down. The defense takes its 3rd and final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. At the exact spot that he fielded that punt. Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. Man, it'll be their football. Good starting field position for the Giants as they head up 1st and 10. He'll look to throw it. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. He does it! Touchdown, New York! The Giants find a way to tie it late. Malik Neighbors with a touchdown. So it was touchdown or bust here on this drive, Brock. A field goal wouldn't have done it, but they get the score they needed, and now a critical extra point forthcoming.
And now what I love, the pressure shifts to the other sideline. They
Got him down near the red zone at the 22. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop it. So the Giants come away with the win. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory. So for Brock Huard, our incredible crew, everybody here at EA Sports, I'm Kate Scott signing off. We'll see you next time. It's a well-earned win for the Giants as we say so long from New York.
Oh, it's all over. A Green Bay victory, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for Green Bay, they get the critical victory to move them to 9-7 now. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For that,
You have to be thinking points.
So a road win here for the Giants. They're able to finish the season in style as they get the victory here in the finale in Week 18. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olsen and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long, everyone.